He just put his arm around his wife, but she pressed a blade against him. The reason she resisted so strongly was that the man in front of her might not really be her husband, because her real husband had always treated her with violence. But now, what she felt was endless tenderness and affection. Who exactly was this man? That very day, her husband, who had been missing for 6 years, suddenly showed up alive in front of her. She looked into the distance in disbelief.
Get out here! Hero has been served! He is my name!
She ignored the pastor who had been pursuing her. She took out her husband's old, dust-covered photo and placed it back on the table. Then she adjusted her clothes and got ready to welcome him home. No one could have imagined that Jack would come back alive after disappearing for 6 years on the battlefield. His wife and son stood at the door to greet him. When Jack saw his family, his heart was filled with mixed emotions. Usually her husband would have been furious if she hadn't come out earlier to welcome him. But to her surprise, Jack was unusually gentle with their son. He even took the initiative to hold him in his arms. But the family dog started growling cautiously, because the man in front of it felt completely unfamiliar. To celebrate Jack's safe return, the villagers threw a welcome party for him. Lori secretly observed him from a distance. She noticed that Jack's appearance hadn't changed much, but his gestures and behavior were now filled with grace and tenderness she had never seen before. Even his old friends noticed something was off right away. When they questioned him, Jack could only explain that he had suffered a serious head injury. To escape the awkward atmosphere, Jack grabbed his wife's hand and started dancing with her. After they got home, Jack tried to get closer to her, but Lori responded with cold indifference. Wary of this strange husband, Lori hid the family's heirloom gemstone. But unexpectedly, Jack appeared in the room out of nowhere. She froze in fear. Her breathing grew faster without her realizing it.
I swore if I ever made it home, I'd shave this damn thing off. Would you do it for me?
Only when she saw what he was doing did Lori finally let out a sigh of relief. With her help, Jack began shaving off the beard he had grown over the years. Being that close to each other made Jack want to wrap his arms around her waist. But right at that moment, Lori suddenly pressed the razor to his neck. Jack awkwardly pulled his hand back. After shaving, Jack looked completely different from his old wild self. Staring at the husband, who seemed both familiar and strange, Lori finally voiced the doubt she'd kept buried deep inside. She didn't understand why Jack had suddenly become so gentle. That change made her feel both uneasy and unfamiliar.
Guess we have to get used to each other again, don't we?